We're now going to do some work looking at powers. Now what I mean by this is you might have seen values or numbers written down, for example 3 times 10 to the 6. This times 10 to the 6 is called a power, so it's 3 to the power of 6. Or maybe 4 times 10 to the minus 2. So this is 4 to the power of minus 2. But what do these powers of 6 or minus 2, what do they actually mean? So let's take an example. Let's work with 3 times 10 to the 2 meters. We're going to give it a unit. So it's a unit of length. 3 times 10 to the meters. 3 times 10 to the 2 meters. How many meters is this? What this 10 to the 2 means is this is 10 squared. So it's 10 times 10. So it's equivalent to 10 times 10, which is equal to 100. So this is just like writing 3 times 100 meters, which is obviously 300 meters. So what we've done is added 2 zeros here onto the 3 to represent this power of 2. So what we have is 3 like this times 10 to the 2 meters. This is another way of looking at it. If we want to add, it's 10 to the power of 2, so what we do is take this decimal place over once, so that's times 10, and that's times 100. Put a naught in there and a new decimal point in there, and we've dealt with that. So that's also 300 meters is the answer. So you can do this conversely, looking at 3 times 10 to the minus 2 meters. So this is the same as, just like before, 3.0 times 10 to the minus 2 meters. So what do we do here? Well, we don't go this way because that would be with positive powers. We actually take the decimal point to the left because that represents a smaller number. This means it's actually smaller than 3. So it goes 1, 2, new decimal place, fill the gap. So the answer to this is 0.03 meters. 3 times 10 to the minus 2 meters is 0.03 meters. Now let's look at that decreasing powers a bit better. So this 3 times 10 to the minus 2 meters, what on earth does this minus 2 mean? Well, we know that when it's 10 to the 2, it's 10 by 10, which is 100. This minus 2 means that it's divided by, so this 10 to the minus 2 is the same as 1 over 10 squared, which is the same as 1 over 100, which is the same as 0.01. So this is 3 times 0.01, which is 0.03. Just to check before, like we did earlier, this is a minus 2, so we need to move this decimal point twice, so we go 1, 2 to the right, and that would be new decimal place and that, and we would write it as 3 times 10 to the minus 2. So that's how the decimal points and the powers work. Bit of a trickier example, let's look at 253.89 times 10 to the minus 3 meters. Now we want to convert this into millimeters. How many millimeters in a meter? Well, we know there are actually 1,000 millimeters in a metre. 1000 is the same as writing 1 times 10 to the 3. So this 10 to the minus 3 and this 10 to the 3 mean that actually what this is, this 253.89 times 10 to the minus 3 metres is actually 253.89 millimetres. So it's equivalent to 253.89 millimetres. How many centimetres is that? Well, we know that there are 10 millimetres in a centimetre, so you need to divide it by 10. So you can divide by 10, literally just like before, you just take this over here, put the new point in. So that's divided by 10. So it's 25.389 centimetres. How many metres is that? Divided by 100, because we know that there are 100 centimetres in a metre. 1, 2, new decimal point in there. So we know it's 0.25389 metres. Is that the same as that? Well, let's do a check. By working backwards from this minus 3, we go 1, 2, 3, new point in there. Yes, that is the same as that answer there. So that's working in powers.